Did you know that there are weapons in Arena Breakout Infinite that are often overlooked, but they can be real game changers? In this video, we'll delve into one of the most underrated weapons in Arena Breakout Infinite and why it deserves more attention. And on top of that, I'm going to show you a tool which you can use to help determine which weapons are best for your playstyle. So stay tuned. In extraction shooters, one of the core mechanics is strategic loadout selection. To do this well, players need to assimilate loads of information on pricing, market conditions, weapon effectiveness, ammo effectiveness, and map strategy. And as if that wasn't hard enough, you then have to apply all that knowledge to your playstyle and find a balance between cost and risk. Today, I'm going to try to make that process a little bit easier on you. The weapon we're talking about is the F2000. Yeah, that's right. We're going deep on this one. I don't think I've ever seen a group member use this weapon, nor have I looted it from any other player. But maybe if you use this weapon, you just never die? I don't know. No, but in all seriousness, this gun is pretty solid for a few different reasons. Mostly because it looks like the love child of an AUG and a sperm whale, but also because it ejects shells from the front and comes out of the box with a cheap 50-round magazine. Claiming a weapon that nobody uses is solid seems risky in a beta that showed little to no tools available to really analyze the meta, but here's what allowed me to come to this conclusion. I created this sheet out of frustration with the lack of data around right now on the Arena Breakout Infinite weapons. I'll put a link to the sheet below. Feel free to use it for your own purposes, but if you use it to create content, I'd appreciate a link and a shout out to the channel. Just be aware it's really not a complete work at this point. It's very rough. It's only got the assault rifles listed as of the publication of this video. But we can see here each weapon stat is listed, and I have mid-tier builds for each assault rifle as well as meta builds, and then we show the stat differences between the two. One of the more important parts of this sheet is going to be the performance index stat. This is a weighted and subjective stat which takes into consideration the performance of the weapon with heavy emphasis on horizontal recoil, vertical recoil, and ergo in that order. The remaining stats do play a role, but less so. We can also see what kind of impact our ammo selection has, not only on the index score, but the overall price of the weapon. So now that you see how the sheet works, you're probably wondering why I'm saying a weapon which ranks 6th in the performance index and 7th in the ammo adjusted index out of the metas is solid. Well, it's all about cost versus performance. The AKM, the M4, and the AEK all come in well over 250,000 Coin for full meta builds, with ammo close to or over 300k with any decent optics. As we look a little more closely, the AK-102 puts up a huge performance index number for nearly 100,000 Coin less than those as well. It certainly seems like a more cost-effective option than those, but with the cost of optics in the game that have any degree of magnification, it brings the cost of that weapon in its meta form to over 200,000 Coin, whereas the F2000, optic included, will only set you back 162,000. The AK-74N comes close to being as cost-effective, but it loses for two reasons. One, the optic once again puts it just under 200,000 Coin, and if you're going to approach that cost, you might as well just spend the extra 10 to 20,000 more and run the 102, which is a significant improvement over the 74N, but also the difference between the ammos is fairly significant. PP is just not as good as M855, so if you're rounding your mags off with some lower tier ammo instead of spending a lot of Coin on the orange stuff, the 74N is not a good option in my opinion. Even if the 74N were a little cheaper, or the 102 for that matter, I'd be leaning towards the F2000 simply because of the 50-round mags, which don't impact ergo by the way. And speaking of ergo, the F2000 actually ties for the third highest in the game, so the gun feels really great when you're using it, sights come up quickly. The only other meta assault rifle in Arena Breakout with a significantly higher ergo is the M4, of course. Shocking. Now, there is one build that might be better than the F2000's cost effectiveness, and that would be the mid-tier build of the AK-102. We can see here that it's only 2 points behind the F2000 in the performance index, and when we change the ammo type to 855A1, it looks decent in the ammo adjusted index as well. Its cost with optic is around 130,000 Coin, depending on your choice, so this is a solid option if you're not needing magnification, but we'll cover more about the AK-102 in a different video. So there you have it. If you're Chadman 9000 and have a 90% extract rate, you're probably not going to want to use the F2000 because you're making back the cost of your weapon running Forbidden Zone and lockdown modes. But for mere mortals, the F2000 is a great combination of lethality and cost effectiveness. Running weapons like this is about making informed decisions that balance your objectives, playstyle, and the risks involved. By understanding and applying these principles, you can significantly enhance your performance and enjoyment of the game. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your own tips for gear selection down in the comments below. Let's help each other become better players. Peace out for now.